So Deuteronomy 14:1 now. Banim atem. You are all children.
Mm-hmm.
Ladonai, to Hashem, Elohechem, your God. Lo tit, lo tit godedu.
Yeah, good.
Okay, and sorry, I'm trying to think of what that means.
Titkodedu?
Yeah, hold on, just.
It's not a common word.
Okay, but I studied this already. So.
But this is a significant verse.
This is you shall not cut, right? You shall not cut.
Right, so I remember one of the meanings of this word. This is a word that can have two meanings. I don't remember exactly what the other meaning is. One of the meanings is you should not form parties. I mean, not parties in the sense of celebrations, but like you shouldn't form groups.
Okay.
And if I recall correctly,
I can see how that can be. Those two concepts can be related. You shall not cut. You shall not group, because groupings.
Cool. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that. So, if I can recall the context correctly, and it's been a while that I've looked at this, I don't remember the context, frankly, but it seems to me that the translation of it in reference to making groups or like separate parties is less contextual, but there is a halacha that's based on that idea, based on this verse.
Oh, not to form like subgroups?
Subgroups in a legal sense, meaning if you have one city, and in a period when we would have the Great Sanhedrin, there are also courts in each city that were called small Sanhedrins.
Yes.
And there's a law that you should not have more than one such court in a particular city.
Uh-huh.
If you're going to have another court, you need to make a separate city. Like, you don't want two different courts making opposing laws. You need one court, like, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Per city.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you shall not cut velo tasimu, which is...
It's not the normal word for cut either. Is that how it's translated?
Well, it is just make. You shall not make or put, right? And then karecha would be baldness.
Good.
So don't put a baldness, yeah?
Right. The word for ice is kera. I'm not sure why it's the same root.
The word for what?
It seems that ice has the same root word as the word for baldness.
Ice? Okay.
Yeah, ice is kera.
And this is the same word as sam, right?
Yeah. This is, and you have to be careful with sam, because you also have sam with the samech, which means poison.
Okay, so you should...
And that's a common word. You should learn sim, sam. Those are very common.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you shall not place... So the other one was poison, right? So, okay.
Yeah, sam with the samech. It's poison.
You shall not put a baldness, vein between einechem, your eyes, la met, for or to the dead.
Correct.
Okay. And so what I wanted... Okay. And this is related to this... Oh, this is the English. Your children of the Lord your God, you shall neither cut yourselves nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. Okay, now this is related to Leviticus 19:28, right?
Okay.
I'll read the English first. You shall not make cuts in your flesh for a person who died. You shall not etch a tattoo on yourselves. I am the Lord. Do you agree that it's related to this?
It would seem that way, but it's significant that it's using a different word for cuts. And that doesn't mean it's referring to something different, but it's informing us more about the specific intention of the word cut here. Same thing with tzitzit. In one place it says tzitzit, in another place it uses a rare word, gedalim, something like this. I forget the exact word, but
But
it
they,
uses two different words, and it's in reference to the same thing. So
yeah.
I think I'm not sure if this is in reference to the same thing, but it seems that way.
Okay. Okay. So this is. Whoops. Leviticus 19:28. So 1 second.
Titgodadu also is a conjugation of the verb that is something you're doing to yourself, but it's not the normal word for cut. I want to look into that word. It's interesting.
Okay. So this is veseret. This is cuttings. Right?
Literally cut, not like cut off something, but a cut in the sense of like a paper cut or a grass cut. You know what I mean?
Yes. So, but this is so a cut on yourself.
Right, but not amputation type cut.
Okay. Yes. But
And that's not me interpreting. That's the word. There's different words for different types of cutting.
okay. But this is not plural, right? It's just singular.
Right. And
Okay.
it's a noun.
Okay.
It's saying like a cut.
Yes. Okay. Veseret and a cut. La nefesh. Now this,
Right.
when I was studying it, this means to the dead or for
So
the.
it's referring, apparently, it's referring to a dead person, but it's not what it says. It's saying
No.
to a person
Yeah.
or to a soul.
So okay. Okay. Let's try to be literal, I guess. Then veseret and a cut to the soul. Lo tit nu. You right? Lo tit
Hmm.
nu. You shall. Okay. I have. You shall not make.
So that's what you would translate it as, but it means give.
Give.
Literally, it's give.
Oh, it's the same as like Natan.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Lo
But
tit.
there's nothing to that. You would translate it as make. That's what it means. It's just the languages function differently
Right.
in the words they use.
Okay. So a cut to a person or to
For.
a cut for a person. You shall not make or give. Biv sar chem. Um, on your flesh or on your meat,
Mm-hmm.
on your own meat.
Ooh, that sounds gross.
Oh, so okay, it says that in context this is to the dead, but we could translate it as don't tattoo yourself for any person, dead or alive, right?
Right. Right. Yep.
Okay, and uk uk
Ugh.
uchtovet uchtovet
Right.
and write.
Writing. Noun.
Okay, and writing. Um, marks, right?
Is this a tattoo?
Oh, it's tattoo, not
Yeah, and tattooed writing.
lo titenu. Don't make bachem um, on yourself,
Yeah, plural.
on yourselves. Ani Hashem. Okay, so I was told that by by a rabbi that and I was surprised to hear that tattoos are not are not Torah prohibited by Torah except when the tattoo is for a foreign god.
Interesting. I know that the Rambam brings these laws in Hilchot Avodah Zarah, in the laws regarding idolatry, but the Rambam doesn't specify that it's only when you're doing it for a foreign god. And really, you could take the same logic with regard to cross-dressing. He also brings the laws regarding cross-dressing in the laws to idolatry. So if the person who said that is basing it on the Rambam, which maybe they are, but I don't know for certain, then they should also say that cross-dressing is not forbidden from the Torah unless it's to idolatry, which may, in fact, and I know that this opinion exists, it may in fact be why Ashkenazi tradition allows cross-dressing on Purim, because they don't consider it technically forbidden when it's just in jest. Although I do not discourage the behavior anyway.
You do not discourage, or you do not encourage?
I do not. Oh, did I say discourage? I meant encourage.
You said I do not.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying that is an opinion.
Yeah.
But to you, it seems inconsistent.
If you're basing it on the Rambam,
okay,
there may be something else to base it on.
What about so what about tattoo makeup?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Okay. What about
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what about the other one? Is what about tattoo makeup that is not permanent? Because I thought that the permanent.
Okay, so if it's not permanent, what is this tattoo? Is it injecting ink into your skin?
Yes, it's creating a cut and putting ink in it, but it's not permanent ink, and it's
interesting.
Definitely not writing.
Okay, so to me that sounds like safek, a doubt on a doubt. Remember how I told you before? And of course anybody can debate with me on this, and I'm not acting as a decider of law for the world. We're discussing this objectively, right? As a concept. Yeah, I'm sorry to let you guys down. I'm not responsible for right, but if we're just discussing it intellectually, I think that this may be a case of safek. If you have a doubt regarding rabbinic law, right? It may be the rabbinic law is officially and formally decided, but you're ignorant at the moment. You don't know, and what you do know is that such and such concerns rabbinic prohibition. You know that much, and you're not sure if that rabbinic prohibition applies in your particular situation. You are supposed to be lenient until you find out for sure. Okay? Now, when it comes to Torah law, you're supposed to do the opposite. If you know that such and such concerns a Torah prohibition, and it may be that some other people know for a fact that it's actually prohibited, but in your case, you know it concerns something like that, but you don't know if your specific scenario falls under that category. You're supposed to be strict until you know. But in the same way that with rabbinic law you have one doubt and then you're supposed to be lenient, so with Torah law, if you have a doubt on top of a doubt, you're supposed to be lenient. One doubt on Torah law, strict. Two doubts on Torah law, lenient.
Well,
in this case, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. In this case,
and bear in mind, the Talmudic sages did not discuss every possibility under the moon. They tried to give basic, they certainly discussed numerous theoretical situations, so to sort of give us paradigms by which we can kind of come to a reasonable conclusion as to whether some later modern scenario would fall under one of their hypothetical paradigms. But it's not always a perfect match. So in this case, for example, it could be, and again, I'm only speculating here, if you have the doubt, right, you have one doubt, perhaps this is only in reference to an act of idolatry or in mourning for the dead, right? Let's just say that that's the case, okay? But we're not sure, but we have that doubt, right? And then on top of that, we have a doubt whether perhaps you are, okay, so you're also thinking about doing it for makeup, right?
Not me personally.
Yeah, the hypothetical you, right? The person's also thinking about doing it for makeup, right? So then you have the question, well, in this case, it's not a ritual, it's not an act of mourning, it's just for beautification. So that's the second doubt. And then, on top of that, it's temporary. You have three doubts.
Well, I don't see anything. Well, the word tattoo specifically, that implies permanence, right?
I'm not certain. But you have three doubts here. You have room for three doubts. So I would say there's a place to be lenient. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a place to be lenient.
Okay. Got it. So as far as I know, tattoo non-permanent eyebrows are kosher.
That's a different. You're saying that's something different.
Vegan ink. Vegan
To
ink.
say that it's kosher is not the same as saying that it's
Allowed.
it's not
Permissible.
the same as saying that it's not forbidden per se.
Okay.
It's like a gray area. There are gray areas.
All right. All right.
Like a person shouldn't judge you, or they shouldn't like look down on you for something like that,
I
because
said
there is not the
as far
person
as
on earth. Go ahead.
I said as far as I know.
Right. There is not a person on earth, not a saint, not a Jewish sage on earth who doesn't apply some lenient opinion to some part of his life.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All righty. Going offline now.
Oh.